Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my bullet journal setup for 2023. I am honestly super excited for 2023. I feel like there are great things in store in the new year. But anyway, this is the bullet journal that I will be using for 2023, or at least for the first half of 2023, because I normally do not have enough space for an entire year. This is the bullet journal that I got from the March subscription box from Arch & Olive, although I actually got it on Black Friday because they were having such a good deal that I could not pass up on it. I actually did an unboxing of the subscription box in one of my videos that I am hopefully going to edit and post soon. Whenever I begin a new bullet journal, I try to gain inspiration from the cover page of the bullet journal. Given that this bullet journal came in an entire themed box, I decided to go along with the theme, which is a jungle theme. I decided to do a painting of a tiger stepping out of the jungle for the first page. I always like to have a nice kind of cover page to herald the beginning of a new book and a new year. A reason why I chose to paint a tiger is because I was born in the year of the tiger, so it always is special to me. Given that this was my first time painting or even drawing a tiger actually, I found it pretty difficult to get the dimensions of the tiger right. I spent a lot of time on the sketch trying to get the tiger to look as normal as possible, and I was initially going to use watercolors for this, but given that this painting is already a little outside of my comfort zone, I decided to stick to my tried and tested gouache instead. I decided to start off by working on the background, so I went super dark for the base color to create a greater depth, and then started building it up with lighter greens. After working on the leaves that are closest to the tiger, I wanted to begin on the tiger itself. Felt that I would have the most difficulty with the tiger and kind of wanted to tackle it first, so I began by painting a light orange color as the base and used a darker orange to mark out the areas in shadow so that I would still have the basic shape and features of the tiger even after painting over my pencil sketch. I made sure to make its back leg way darker than the front to give the illusion of the back leg still being enshrouded and partially obscured by the leaves. Then I started working on the face, which I feel was the most daunting to work on. I used a fine detail brush for the face and for the stripes as well, and my tiger turned out a little strange and angry, but I'm okay with that. I think it's a decent first attempt at painting a tiger. But anyway, I just want to say that I love starting out new bullet journals. I'm pretty sure everyone is the same, but there is just so much excitement that comes with having a new bujo to use and being able to work on new spreads for a new year. Honestly, 2022 seemed so long, but at the same time seemed to fly by. I am super excited for 2023. I am going to be traveling again and also planning a wedding, so I think next year will be really hectic but fulfilling at the same time. After I'm done with my painting, I am moving back to my bullet journal and working on my name page. I wrote my name in simple cursive lettering as always, and then used the washi tape and stickers that I got from the subscription box to decorate the page a little. I really love the leopard washi tape. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Next, I am working on my 2023 spread. I always need to have a page with the year on it, and I feel that I need this to make the bullet journal look more complete, and I think it's just a good way to be able to keep track of which bullet journals I used for each year in the future. Once again, I painted these palm leaves as well, but this time around I decided to use watercolor instead as I wanted a more subtle look. After I'm done, I just used my kilographs to letter in the words 2023. I bought quite a few kilographs from the Black Friday sale from Arch & Olive, and I am absolutely obsessed with them. I love how it comes in both a fine and broad tip, with slight variations in shade between the fine and broad tips to help with creating shadow in the lettering. It's a little hard to explain, but I did it in the next spread, so you will be able to visualize it better then. I did a quick grid spacing setup, and this is the same as I always do, so I just referred to my 2022 bullet journal in setting this up. One tip I'll give is to set the grid spacing on the left page for easy reference when setting up future spreads. Afterwards, I worked on this simple quote page on the right hand side. I always like to have sort of an anchor quote for the new year, and this year's quote is, "And so the adventure begins." I think 2023 is definitely going to be a very interesting year for me with a lot of new experiences, and so I definitely think that 2023 will be a whole adventure in itself, hence decided on this quote. As you can see, I used the broad tip kilograph for the main lettering of the word adventure and then went back in with my fine tip for the shadow. This is all from the same pen, hence the shade of the shadow complements really nicely with the lighter shade. I wanted to make all these spreads simple yet still pretty, so I mostly used washi tape and stickers for all my spreads with a little bit of doodles as well. Moving on to my future log, I was inspired by the washi tapes from the subscription box and so decided to use my kilographs to do simple leopard prints as the header. I am not sure where my footage or setting up the spread went, but this is how it turned out. I like to split my months up into 6 months for 2 pages. Last year I managed to fit all 12 months into 2 pages, but this year I think I will have quite a lot to fit in for each month, so I decided to just split them up for this year. I saw a bullet journal setup where the person added monthly trackers below each month as well, and I think that was such a brilliant idea that I think I will go back to do that for myself as well. Another thing that I didn't say at the start of this video is that this bullet journal comes with perforated pages, which I am personally not a fan of. I typically do not really cut up my pages. I mean, I do cut them up occasionally, but more often than not, I just leave them as it is. I think these perforated edges are good if, let's say, you mess up a page and want to just remove the page totally, you can just tear it off, but I'm a little worried that these pages may end up tearing in the future, especially since I like to paste a lot of things in my bullet journal, which will cause my bujo to get thick and cause tension at the perforated edges. I shall just have to see if these pages hold up, and I am really hoping they do. But anyway, moving on to my last 2 spreads, I am setting out my books to read and shows to watch spreads. I remember when I first started bullet journaling back in 2021, I had so many spreads and I realized that I didn't use a lot of them. I found that I personally didn't really want to have a goals or key page because I realized that I didn't actually refer back to it much. So from then on, I started to refine the spreads that I chose to include in setting up my bullet journal. One reason why I want to keep track of books and shows that I've read or seen is because I think it will be really fun to look back on these spreads in the future and see what I was interested in last time, and also to see how my interests have grown since then. I figured it will be a nice walk down memory lane, and given that I watch Netflix extensively, it would be nice to be able to see everything that I've watched year after year. I felt that the bottom part of the page will look a little bit empty in relation to the headers at the top, hence I decided to add some book and plant doodles as well. I marked where I wanted the books to be at in pencil and then went back with my kilographs. This was super fun and quick to do as well, and I think it makes the whole spread look really cute. After that, I just went back in with my black color brush pen just to do the outlines and then add some little details here and there. Here's a quick flip through of all my spreads. I love how all my spreads turned out, and I can't wait to see what next year brings, but for now I am just enjoying the last few days of 2022. Happy holidays and have a happy new year everyone. Bye!